Jackie Bradley Jr. continues to be the story of Red Sox spring training. And now, with David Ortiz scheduled to start the year on the disabled list, should the Red Sox seriously consider having Bradley on their opening day roster? So the Jackie Bradley Jr. tour in spring training continues, and he continues to impress both fans and management with his play. And he's really making the Red Sox have to make a very difficult decision for them early on. Should Bradley be the guy that essentially replaces David Ortiz on the Red Sox roster while Ortiz recovers from heel problems early in the season? If you just look at his play on the field, there is no question Bradley should be with the Red Sox on opening day. He's a young player, he brings a lot of energy and a lot of confidence, and he really is playing the way the Red Sox have envisioned him playing in the major leagues when they drafted him a few years ago. The problem is his free agent clock, and it's a big concern for all young players throughout baseball. If Bradley spends 172 days in the major leagues this year, his free agency will start after the 2018 season. If he spends less than that time, it'll start after the 2019 season. So the easiest solution for the Red Sox would be to do something similar to what the Angels did with Mike Trout last year. Start Bradley in the minor leagues, call him up after 20-25 days in late April, and then start his free agent clock going, and he'll be a free agent after 2019, and everybody wins. But coming out of spring training, the Red Sox really need a dynamic player in place of Ortiz. The options besides Bradley are not that appealing. You know, you're gonna have guys like Lyle Overbay, Mike Karp, Daniel Nava. I mean, these are serviceable players, but they're not going to be impact players. And the Red Sox, coming off a bad season, needing young players and needing impact players, think that if they have Bradley on their roster, he will provide that for them. And what would happen is, with Ortiz out, Johnny Gomes would move to designated hitter basically full-time, and Bradley would be in left field. Now, there's two reasons why I doubt that the Red Sox may actually make this move. Number one, Bradley has played virtually no left field this season. He's played a little bit of right field, but he's mostly played center because Jacoby Ellsbury has basically been on some of the split squad teams and has played separate from Bradley. So Bradley really hasn't played a lot in left field, so that's a concern. Now, how big of a concern will it be, considering his bat has been very good? That remains to be seen. He's probably the best solution for the Red Sox with this Ortiz problem right now, because Overbay is just a guy. Karp is a guy who has a lot of potential but hasn't really shown anything in spring training. And Nava's going to be on the team, but you really can't expect him to be the guy to replace David Ortiz. So all signs point to Bradley being the best option. It's just a matter of whether the Red Sox want to start that free agent clock sooner rather than later. I don't know what's going to happen with this. If I had to make a prediction right now, if you put a gun to my head, I would say they're going to take the Mike Trout approach. They're going to start Bradley in the minor leagues. Because if you start him in Boston on opening day at Yankee Stadium and he fails and then you send him to the minor leagues, that could bruise his confidence a little bit. Whereas if you start him in the minor leagues and then call him up at the end of April or early May, as the Angels did Trout, you may have a very dynamic player with your team for the rest of the season, and you'll also fulfill the free agent requirements the way you want. So it's a tough decision, and I don't know the answer. But do you guys know the answer out there? If you were the Red Sox, what would you do with the Jackie Bradley situation? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red. And check out my new blog at BoSoxInjection.com.